What a Coda fam. Yeah, I was just sharing the information to y'all about the Aboriginal thing and the terminology because it might be information that can help y'all, with legal stuff. But I know these meat suits, are just temporary. This physical room you're living in is just a temporary experience. But while you're down here, that stuff might come in handy. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think a lot of our indigenous, Aboriginal, American brothers and sisters is just a bunch of NPCs too. You know, I think majority of people on the planet nowadays are soulless. They they say American meant people rich with soul, but I don't know about nowadays. I remember this brother on YouTube was saying when he looks at another melanated person or black person, he sees something there, and he was saying he don't see that with people of other races. I don't think to myself, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Because if his third eye was really open, he would see that most people on this planet ain't shit. He would see a bunch of hollow beings, a bunch of soulless sleepwalkers. Man, there's all types of shit on this planet. A lot of these people that you see walking around in these human meat suits, they're damn. Anyway, oh yeah, I remember Self Fluid had said he had met young Furrow, and he was saying, "Oh boy, didn't have nothing behind his eyes, just completely soulless." All right, I'm not gonna read this whole entire book. I'm just gonna skip to the parts that I think got the good information. All right, it's gonna talk about how would you be able to spot one, and then later on, I'm gonna talk about the black devils that's in the music industry. And, all right, question: how would you be able to spot them, or who around you is one? It may not be easy because they look just like you and me, but what might make it easy to detect one is the attitude. They are negative, or should I say disagreeable beings. Most of the time, they are uncooperative. They'll laugh at your jokes probably louder than anyone else, but they won't tell any jokes. The reason they don't tell jokes is because their mission is not to initiate joy. You can also predict their action because they over insinuate negative things like when it's cold, they'll say it's freezing. They'll bundle up extra warm, and when they are hungry, they'll say they're starving. Everything, especially negative things, is over exaggerated. It pretty much sounds like Dr. York talking about the narcissist. I think Dr. York was pretty much talking about the melanated narcissist. But anyway, another characteristic they have is that they'll never tell you about their past life. They'll have you spill your guts about your life and encourage you to say more, but you won't hear about them, and they'll never have anything good to say about anyone. Now, you say that pertains to a lot of people, but think about the person who has more than just one disagreeable characteristic. It is very negative, always initiates negativity. And when you spot them, don't run up to them and say you're a black devil. Just know who they are and stay away from them because if you hang around people who are black devils, you will eventually develop their negative characteristics and then you may become possessed. They will change your true loyal faith into schemes and plots for self. I'll say it again. I hate that word black, but I'm reading from this book, so I'm talking the language. But anyway, it says one of their favorite phrases is "Come here, let me get some of that positive energy," and then they reach out to hug or shake your hand. Now ask yourself, if they want some of that positive energy, then what type of energy do they have? Like Dracula, they seek that life force of others, like a dying star absorbs the light of other stars. All right, question. So what about all the images such as the devil in a red suit and the people who wear the symbols? Answer. The devil that everyone has stamped in their head wearing a red suit and holding a pitchfork in his hand is a myth. They are all props to take your mind off of who or what really is the devil. They want you to believe that the person walking around with pentagrams, walking around in costumes, drinking blood, and doing different rituals and the likes is the devil. It is the person that you least expect. It could be the clean cut businessman or the sophisticated businesswoman. It can be your teacher, anybody that is in a respectable position. So don't be fooled by this image of the devil wearing a red suit and holding a pitchfork in his hand. The devil is in human form. Our problem is that we are looking for fur, fangs, and claws, yet they are human in appearance, and many wear faces which lure us in, and then they seek to destroy us. Yeah, they probably got the fur and the fang and claws under their meat suit. All right, question. How is it possible for a person to become possessed? You may think that only way the evil angel can enter you is through the opening of your head or through your nose, and that is not so. Have you ever heard of walk-ins? Well, that is exactly what happens to disagreeable angelic beings are made up of negative gas, which is called fog, and because your physical being is porous or is made up of pores, this fog can go right through you, and then you become possessed. All right, I'm not going to read all of it because some of y'all might want to purchase this book or not. I don't want to spoil it for y'all. I'm about to get into the how you can become possessed by listening to these people in the music industry. Check out Third Eye Function. He touches on the reptilian shapeshifters in the music industry. All right, check this out right here. Question: You mentioned earlier to be careful of the entertainment industry. Can you explain a little further? Answer: The Black Devils are hard at work using music to destroy young people today. Young music addicts are actually being hypnotized and brainwashed by the music they adore so much. You may ask, how is this done? One way is by using the redundant beat of music. Rock music, which is one of the well known types of satanic music, uses four beats to a measure. A measure in music is the metric unit beats to a measure. A measure in music is the metric unit between two bars of the staff. Now, this just so happens to coincide exactly with the time signature of the human heartbeat. Thus, the rock beat hits its listeners right in the gut, where it works its way to the delicate system of the human body and mind. The, the evil angel has it down to a science. How could you not believe that it would take the mind of some highly intelligent, evil spirited being or thing to create uh, to create a system that would be identical enough to penetrate the body, mind, and soul? You have to remember that black devils are alive and walking the streets just as you do. They are the opponents of blacks because they were cast out of the angelic abode and have been striving to go against the seed of Adam ever since. They will brew up any potion necessary in order to put the black man on his back in a helpless state along with the music. They have also masterminded hook lines that itch themselves into your brain. Every time you turn on the radio, words along with this hypnotic music are repeated over and over again to the point of saturation and its repetition, which is the key to obtaining your soul. All right, question. How is repetition the key to obtaining your soul? Answer. Repetition voids the brain and works on your nervous system. By this I mean the brain becomes comfortable with hearing the same sound or beat. When you shake your leg, you can get to a point where your leg is shaking on its own even after you try to stop it. In music, your body is in a trance. Musicians get caught up in the beats and they open themselves up to crawl ins. Every time a beat repeats itself, another being crawls in. These beings travel and vibrate on the A note and are moving on sound waves. Hear the damn noise campaign. All right, but anyway, where was I at? All right, it says these beings travel and vibrate on the A note and are moving on the sound waves. They can travel straight through the headphone wires in your heart. Wait a minute. I'm fucking up. Sorry. It says they can travel straight down through the headphone wires into your heart. Humans are very vulnerable to these beings because, for one, they think they cannot become possessed by these music demons. They take control of your very emotions. Prince is one of the many people who are responsible for kids ruining their lives. But what these children don't know is that Prince didn't make himself Prince. An A&R artist. It says man and his record company decided they needed a product, and that product would be the image of Prince. So they put him out, and he lured children every day. He lured innocent children who might become doctors, lawyers, scientists, or the child who might become the first black president into wanting to be singers. All right. He has them idolizing him, dressing up like him. They try to dance, sing, walk, and talk like Prince. Some are so obsessed that they go as far as wanting to live in a purple house, drive a purple car, and wear only the color purple. They spend their whole lives trying to find out everything about him. They give up on their own lives only to fail in their mission of becoming Prince. This not only applies this not only applies to Prince, it pertains to every famous entertainer who is promoted into becoming an influential icon through the media. Michael Jackson is another example of an entertainer who has led kids off the path. Kids are becoming Michael Jackson impersonators, jerry curling their hair, and now straightening it to get a haircut that only Caucasian surfers can get. And the ultimate is having them wanting to be other than themselves by fading their skin. Michael Jackson has a statue of himself that stands 50 feet high. All right. Anyway, you pretty much get it. I don't read enough. We'll go ahead and end it right here. All right, Willa Coda.